If you look around you, every person might have slightly different traits. So how do you make these different traits? Like, how come some people have straight hair, some people have curly hair, some people have different colors hair? So here's an example. If I give you the instruction of go to the store and get chocolate milk, that's an instruction and tells you what you need to get from the store. Inside of your cells, you're made of thousands, millions of cells, right? All the cells have DNA instructions to tell you to do different things inside of your body. And so this process is called gene expression, when you use your cell's DNA instructions in order to make traits. And so how exactly does this happen? Well, DNA is made up of GCAT. I like to write it as GCAT because it helps you remember. G matches to C, C matches to G, A matches to T, T matches to A. It tells you how DNA is able to connect to each other and build itself. The other reason this is important is because DNA is all the instructions, but DNA actually cannot leave this organelle called the nucleus. DNA has to pass its instructions to RNA because you don't want to use all of the DNA instructions to make a trait. You just want to use some part of the instructions to make a particular trait. For example, on your head, you want to grow hair. On your head, you don't want to grow an arm. You don't want to grow a mouth on your head. And so you only use some of the DNA instructions in order to make a certain trait. And so DNA is going to open up and it's going to allow it to copy some of the instructions over to RNA. So if you notice, RNA doesn't have a T. It has a U instead. So everything still matches up the same way, except over here, A wants to match with T, but RNA does not have a T, and so A is going to match with U. Can T still match with A? Yes, because RNA has A, RNA just doesn't have a T. Okay, so DNA is right here. DNA T matches to A matches to U, and then C matches to G. Right, and we continue on, and that's how we build RNA. Once we have RNA copying the instructions, now the RNA instructions is going to go over to the ribosomes. Ribosome is another organelle, and this is a cellular structure. It'll help the cell be able to do different things. And so RNA instructions tells the ribosome how to make the trait. So ribosomes are going to use these instructions, AUG, ACA, in order to put amino acids together, in order to connect together to finally make the protein. When the amino acids connect together to make the protein, that's how you have traits like hair color or eye color, or whether your hair is straight or curly, right? And here's a piece of hair right here. And how would people figure that out? So if you have AUG, the instructions, scientists have come up with this guide, right? So AUG, that would be MET, that's the amino acid, right? And then the next one here was ACA. So A is the first letter, C, and then we're going to find where it meets. ACA is THR. And so just like how we read that chart, the ribosomes are going to read these instructions and find out, I'm not going to use these amino acids. I'm going to use the MET and the THR. And using these instructions, I know I'm going to connect both of these together to make this certain protein. And that's how you do gene expression. That's how you make one trait instead of another trait. If you look over here, back at this example here, go to the store and get chocolate milk. If you mess up the instructions, like let's say I delete this instruction, will you still be able to get chocolate milk? No, you might just get normal milk, right? Or what if you said this, right? Go get milk, right? So it's not clear where you're getting the milk from. And the same thing can happen to DNA. That'll be covered in a different video, where if the instructions are messed up, you're not going to get the same traits.